Hey, Steve Zook here. Welcome back to Pokesue channel and welcome back to LADeal.com. I'm completing a 10-step, 10 video series called How to Take an Idea Out of Your Mind into Your Wallet or into the World. And it's not just about inventing something, it's also just overall marketing and business course that could help anybody, whether you have a successful business right now or not, or you want to start a business, or you have a business and you want to try to figure out why it's not maybe doing better or not positioned for more explosive growth, or maybe your business doesn't have the cool factor. So this could be helpful to anybody, whether you're starting a business or you have a business or you're a huge company. You could learn something here, okay? So today we're going to talk about the 10 P's of marketing and business, okay? While I'm playing guitar. I love to think while I'm playing guitar. And let's just go ahead and get to this. Okay, and I want you to prioritize these. But let's just. Now, I sat down yesterday having Indian food and wrote these out again, even though I already have them written out, because I wanted to see if I'd come up with anything different. And I actually came up with more than 10, but I want you to think about these 10 different P's of marketing and business, and start thinking about each of them separately, as well as how they interact with each other and which one's the most important. And I want you to ask yourself which one you feel is the most important, but they all have a very important, they're like legs of a table. So, okay, number one, which is a big one, is, actually, okay, let's do this another way here. Okay, so we have positioning, 10 P's of marketing and business. Positioning, product, profit, personality, promotion, publicity, people, persistence, price. Some of these have a couple things on, positive, passion, and purpose. So I know that's way more than 10. And what I want to talk about here a little bit is the one that's really, really huge. There's two of them that are huge, and that's positioning and personality, okay? Positioning is huge because the internet has completely redefined business. I have a term that I call market magnetism, meaning, because I don't really believe in trends, because trends fizzle out. In fact, I saw an Entrepreneur magazine recently that said trends of 2014. To me, that's just bullshit. Because I believe in what I call market magnetism, meaning that, for instance, like the internet is like a huge magnet that's pulling everything in one direction that's never going to change. I mean, the internet's completely redefined business as we know it. It's more about co-branding, piggyback marketing, cross-pollination. It's not so much your own little bottle of wine. I made a term once. I said that the old paradigm used to be, don't sell this, don't sell the steak, sell the sizzle. And now it's go ahead and give them a steak. But I mean, you need to create value. And I don't care what you're marketing. We're all in the people business. Like I was recently talking with a possible investor on the phone about maybe investing in mycoffeechannel.com, and we were talking about $4 million, and he was kind of going all over the place about this and that, and I had criticized Facebook. I don't really like Facebook. To me, Facebook is very business-like. It's like a spreadsheet, or I just don't like it. I like more artistic websites. I think, we're all in the people business. Coffeechannel.com is the people business laying on top of the coffee business. But anyway, he was going all over the place about different things, and I really don't think he understood internet business models. I was lucky to meet some people that have taught me a lot about internet business models. Plus, I've been studying them for many, many years and just learned a lot, But positioning is a huge one, because if you position yourself correctly, and positioning also involves marketing your brand. You don't just market a product. That kind of goes, like I said, all these different 10, 11, 12 P's of marketing all kind of fuse together, because positioning and personality kind of the same thing a little bit. It's important that your business have a personality. It's important that you connect with people. It's that simple. You need people watch my videos sometimes, and they'll call me and they'll say, Steve, I can tell that you really love music and guitar. I can tell it's your passion. and you know you really love what you do and you're sharing information and whatnot, and I'd rather give you my business than buy from some big huge company. Personality is really important, but positioning is very, very important, because depending upon how you position your company, and you have to learn, like I said in the last video, learn to start where you are. But even if you've already done a lot with your business, you know, don't think so much about just selling your product. Think about positioning yourself in the middle of all the activity of going on. I kind of call that brand leverage marketing. An example, I probably have 50, 60,000 meta tags on my YouTube channel. I have meta tags from, you know, I have meta tags that are musical oriented, like archtop guitars and whatnot, but I also have meta tags that cover a variety of fields, you know, because there's a lot of companies out there who've already spent, you know, hundreds of, millions of dollars or hundreds of millions of dollars, depending on who it is, building up their brand. So if in your meta tags you have brands from other companies who've already spent a lot of money, you can leverage off that, okay? But positioning is important. I mean, like one of my projects, coffeechannel.com, which I'm working on, you know, that's positioned in a $90 billion a year industry. So that's obviously got a lot of, what I call built-in brand equity behind it. But, you know, the main thing too is this, there's no black and white in this whole rap. You know, you really want to, if you can work at something that you love, then there's a metaphysical positioning. I mean, there's a business positioning, there's also a metaphysical positioning, meaning if you do something that you love, you're more what I believe in alignment with the perfection of the universe. You're in alignment with what you love to do, what your higher self loves to do, and God or the universe will help support you if you work at it and you're positive and you have faith, and you can kind of the universe will kind of dance for you. I know some of you might find this a little bit hard to believe, but there's a great book called Real Magic by Wayne Dyer. You might want to read it. But there's something to this. I mean, there's really no such thing as control. If you think you have all the control, you know, you don't. The universe is a mutual support system, and it's all about, if you focus more on serving people and creating value and you know, being your real self and trying to have soul to your company, you'll be more successful. So there's a metaphysical positioning. There's also kind of a business positioning, and in terms of business positioning, you know, it's a matter of you carving out your personality so there's something unique to what you do. Like with me, you know, I do a lot of videos, I offer a lot of free information, and there's also digital positioning in terms of, like I said, using meta tags from other fields, leveraging off of, for instance, you know, and the name of your company doesn't always have to be a name that means something. Like Poksu Channel is just kind of an interesting name. It doesn't have to mean something. But anyway, you know, profit, obviously you need to make a profit in your business, but sometimes that, if you're too focused on making a profit, you can actually screw things up. I've been in projects when I was young where my investor was so worried about every nickel that was being spent that we probably bypassed some opportunities because he didn't understand the importance of positioning. In other words, like with my speed pick, if we would have priced that product at a nickel, it probably would have sold like hotcakes. But he was too busy reminding me, oh, we spent 10 grand in the mold and this much on this and this much on that. You know, so it's important to, you know, penetrate the market. So sometimes you have to not worry so much about getting a return on your money as you do positioning your company for penetration of the market, positioning your company for growth, positioning it, digital positioning, you know, learning to be a publicist, learning about digital publicity. You know, you want to position yourself for growth and also position your company in a way that builds the name of your product and the name of your company, because that's very important. You're branding, you know, your product, and you're branding the name of the product and the name of the company. So, and then obviously, you know, promotion and publicity. I mean, there's nothing better that you can do to learn about being a publicist, because when I first came up with my speed pick, you know, I was sitting in a room with 30, 40,000 of my product, thinking, scratching my head, thinking, now what, you know? So learning how to be a publicist is huge, because you can burn through masses of money really, really quick just doing any idiot can do advertising. I don't mean idiot, but I mean, you know, we've all made mistakes in business. Anybody, I don't care if you're a billionaire, can waste a lot of money doing advertising, okay? You have to have a cohesive mesh to the 10, 11, 12 components of the 10 P's of marketing and business. and you really need to spend more money on, or more time. You have to, just learn how to be a publicist and learn how to be a digital publicist. That can take you a long ways. Price is obviously important. I think in today's economy, it's important to not have your prices huge. Obviously, you need to be positive about what you're doing, and you need to communicate real soul to your customers. You need to let your customers, because we're all in the people business, and you need to let your customers know that you're a real person, that your company has real soul. That kind of ties into cause marketing. That's how people like Famous Amos got going. He went all around the country and did charity events, gave away free cookies, and by doing cause marketing was able to put his product on the map. But he did a lot of giving and serving and helping people and contributing to charities. So you build up good karma that way. Tithing is a huge part of being successful. I know the guy Paul Mitchell used to live in his car and he was homeless, but he was tithing money to different charities and helping other homeless people and whatnot. He's now a billionaire. So tithing is really, really important. I obviously won't be able to cover all this in this one little video, but just think about these things. Positioning, product, profit, personality. Personality is a huge one. There's so many companies out there. Like I said, I'm not real nuts about Facebook, and this one potential investor I was recently talking to seemed to get kind of, it seemed to kind of upset him that I was so critical of Facebook. But then later on in our conversation, he kind of admitted that there's, that their valuations are not that great and whatnot. But I mean, I'm not here to slam anybody. I mean, I think it's really awesome that the kid that started Facebook, it's all execution. He sat in his dorm and wrote the code and everything. Execution is 90% of anything. But here we're talking about how to improve a company. I mean, I just personally don't enjoy Facebook. I go there, it's just too business-like. It's not artistic. I like a site that's not maybe quite as polished. I think that's why people like Pokesoo Channel. I mean, I think people don't mind something that's not perfect or not real polished or not, you know what I mean? It's like, you let people know that you're a real person, and you connect. Marketing and business is also about sharing emotion, sharing the fact that we're all human. But anyway, so, being positive is important. Being on purpose, meaning, if you can invent a product or you can work in a business that you have passion for, you'll be more successful. But think about these 10, 11, 12 P's of marketing: positioning, product, profit, personality, promotion, publicity, people or people business, persistence, price, being positive, having passion, and being on purpose. And the persistence is a huge part. It took me 7 years to get my speed pick to market, and a lot of people would have probably given up. And there was times when it didn't seem like the project was going anywhere, but I just kept plugging away. So you do have to be persistent. Things don't always just fall in your lap, but if you work at things, you'll find that you get the old saying, the harder you work, the luckier you get. But what I really want people to think about here, though, like I said, is the positioning and the personality is a huge part of it. I know Google bought Motorola, I don't know, years back and paid like $12 million. They recently sold it for $3 million, so they lost like $9 billion. What if they would have put that money into, making their, giving back more to the community, sharing more of the money that came into Google with the YouTube partner program? If they would have been more giving with some of that money, that good karma would have come back. Of course, Google has more money than they know what to do with, and I like Google. I think Google's cool. I love YouTube. I love Google. But all I'm saying is that I think big companies need to think more about helping and serving and sharing some of that money. So, but the positioning is a huge one. And like I said, nowadays with all of our resources, and I'm a huge believer in the power of video, but if you position your company, and it's not just about selling your product, it's also about selling the soul of your company, selling the personality of your company. Don't be afraid to give your company some personality. And I see ads all the time for companies, and I don't even see a video on their webpage, and I'm thinking, gee, if they only had a video on their webpage showing the owner of the company and maybe the employees and talking to them and whatnot, people would connect with that. And it's connecting with people that gets your business and gets you more business and helps you to grow. But the positioning is huge, and in today's world, like I said, you can have videos on YouTube and have your meta tags in there, and you should have your meta tags can take advantage of brand leverage marketing by including other companies other products, other brands that have already had, you know, millions of dollars poured into that brand, whether it's Apple or iPhone or whatever. So, okay, well, I got to keep this short, but for now, you know, think about these: positioning, product, profit, personality, promotion, and along with positioning and personality is publishing. I mean, here's the thing that I think a lot of people don't realize is if you're on the web nowadays, you're a publisher, but a lot of people don't take it seriously. A lot of people sit at the computer and just stare at people for hours a day and watch people play music or whatever they want to do. But if you can take the responsibility and get some focus and some direction to being a publisher, because you're a publisher, it's like writing a book. If you can, you know, nowadays you can make web pages with GoDaddy or lots of companies. It's point and click. It's not that hard to do. But you can create your own web page, and you're a publisher. So you want to bring value to that web page. You want to put things on your web page that, like what I'm doing here, that offer value to people, not just about, I mean, you know, I sell guitars, but I'm doing a 10 video series on how to help people be an entrepreneur and start a business and increase the revenue in your current business. So you want to add value, and you want to understand that you're a digital publisher. And as a publisher, it's just like reading a good book. You know, you want to have soul, you want to have emotion, you want to be real, and you want to let people know who you are as a person. Okay, and so I'm gonna stop this one right here. But think about these: positioning, product, profit, personality, promotion. You're a publisher. How can you make your website interesting? How can you make your website connect with people? How can you make your website have real soul and let people know you're a human being? You know, publicity. If you have your own business, learn and read and study publicity. That's how I got my SpeedPig marketed worldwide, and my licensing deal with Dunlop was learning how to write press releases, and my press releases were picked up in Germany and in different places of the world, Japan, and that's how I got distribution. Eventually signed a licensing deal on royalty with that Dunlop guitar accessory company. So learn to be a publisher, learn about the art of publicity. The art of publicity is selling news. Learn how to create news angles and put those in the form of a press release. People, persistence, price, being positive, having passion, and being on purpose. All right? Cool. So think about that, and I'll talk more about that in the next video. And if you are interested in buying a guitar, I carry all the guitars from the Music Link. You can go to themusiclink.net. But I carry the Laura Archtops, all the Recording King guitars. I always have a few used jazz guitars here. And anyway, I want to thank everybody who has purchased guitars from me. I really appreciate it. And you know, thanks for tuning into YouTube. And you know, if you go to, I don't always have a lot of time to go to Facebook. So if I didn't answer you on Facebook, I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't have a lot of time between everything that I do to do. And I just don't like Facebook that much, to be honest with you. To me, it's just kind of cold. I love YouTube. Always feel free to email me at stevezook7@yahoo.com, STEVEZOOK, not spelled out, just 7@yahoo.com. Or you can go to you can send it. You can go steve@ladeal.com, or you can go to the contact page of ladeal.com. Fill in the contact page. That will come right to my email. And like I said, if you go to LA Deal and click a few of those ads there, that will help me out. That will enable me to continue to offer more free information. If you go to ladeal.com, check out some of the videos and maybe click a few of those ads, it will help us out. Okay, appreciate it. All right, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. And let's all keep the positive faith. And we'll catch you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.